Okay, this is a regularly scheduled meeting of the Administrative Committee for the County of Washington. I'd like to call this meeting to order and have a roll call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all here. Please call notices were properly sent. I'd like to join us for pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Okay, our first order of business is to elect a vice chair. I will look for nominations for election of vice chair.
Make a nomination. I'd like to nominate one lady who's nice to call me, Shara Boozy.
Okay, we have a nomination that does not need a second. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, we will close the looking for the vice chairperson, close nominations, and ask for unanimous vote for Kiriguchi for vice chair. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those no. Motion carried. Congratulations. Okay, next we have before us a consent agenda, which consists of the minutes of March 19th, department duties and responsibilities, and first quarter 2020 interest on delinquent taxes. I hope everybody has had a chance to read the different department duties and responsibilities. Please understand, our meetings go quickly because what happens is we get these 72 hours in advance, and that makes it such that we would have time to read through. I do read them thoroughly. Sometimes I ask questions about what's going on, and it's just to make sure everybody's doing their homework. I will assure you that this first meeting, please understand that that is the expectation of the chair, that we do read through. What I would then recommend doing is if you have any comments, questions, concerns that you would like to be brought up on anything that is in the consent agenda, discussion items or action items, you will notice that there are no action items, so we won't actually be voting on anything other than the consent agenda today and the vote we just took for the election of the vice chairperson. That again, each of the members do their homework. That makes the meeting very efficient. Please understand that the public also gets access to everything that we have here 72 hours in advance. So there is no reason for anybody to complain because everybody has the same access. So if they're very interested in finding out what we're doing, they're more than welcome to read it. We are not going to go through every page, every paragraph ad nauseum in this committee. We like to keep it but we will take all the time necessary to explain anything should there be questions, comments, concerns brought up. So now, knowing that, with the consent agenda of these three items, and again, I would please make it part you may want to print out and keep it for your future reference, which are the department duties and responsibilities. I would entertain a motion to pass the consent agenda. Okay, we have second by Linda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those no? Motion carried. Thank you. We have 4 discussion items. Again, action items. It's fairly rare. So these are just for discussion only. So we don't need firsts or seconds or anything. These are just to discuss. So the first is the role of the administrative committee. I've asked Brad Stern to be here so he can go over that with us that way. Everybody has a full understanding of what we do here in the administrative committee, seeing that we have 4 members that have never served, and Bob obviously has been a member of our county board for some time, and our 3 other folks are new to the county board, so it's very important to go over this, make sure everybody understands it, because this is, I think, and you can tell me if you're wrong, this really is about the only committee that meets every month. We always have something usually coming up on the administrative committee because of many things that we do and what we oversee. Brad will go over that. Where other committees, it's not uncommon for them to skip a month. Yeah, executive and many action items or discussion items. We do here, so you're on the committee that makes a difference. And with that,
all right, thank you. So welcome to administrative committee. We have a little PowerPoint for you that you can kind of operate.
Yeah. Oh, now we're real dark.
used to get popcorn of these things, but no longer. Or you can click us along. We'll get it. So this, of course, is a standing committee of the county board. And as we talked a little bit about orientation, what that really means is that this committee is assigned oversight of certain county departments, with the liaison to those departments, and the county board. It's there. They were appointed by the county board chair, and that's how we ended up with today. This committee will have the obligation to consider certain resolutions, ordinances, and other items that come before it that deal with some of the departments for which you have oversight, and that's these things up before they these are the other standing committees. The administrative is up there, but those are the others in case you're not sure where your colleagues are spread about. As far as committee structure is concerned, executive, which of course is made up of all the chairs of all the standing committees, administrative, human services met earlier today, land use and planning, of course, public safety, chairs, issues, and so forth, and of course, public affairs. Fancy stuff. It's very much sense. Go back to the meeting.
Oh, I did. I jumped ahead.
So administrative committee, these are the departments over which you have oversight. County clerk, human resources, information technology, of course, finance, treasurer. One of the things we called upon to take a look at yearly are tax due properties. These are properties where somebody hasn't paid taxes. Their property taxes for a number of years, and the county is authorized by law to take those properties on the tax due. You then would be responsible for authorizing us to take those properties and then publicly setting a sale price of those properties so that we go out and sell them to the public what they're sold for. And that all comes before you. The County Library Services Committee reports to you, as does IS, and of course Historical Society. So the term indicated, you look at some of those particular departments and think there isn't much possibly historical or AIS, but every month there's something. So this is a committee that role of committee chair. Let's get there. There we go. Who's got handsome devil right
Oh, yeah. Please make me fatter.
That's the picture of that. Anyway, that's the best I can do. Role of the committee chair. And you have a fantastic chair. And I'm saying that not because I'm offended in my picture, but because of the fact that it's actually true. He runs a very efficient meeting, and the chairman, while he does expect him to do homework, all of us come to these meetings very prepared and ready to present. These are his responsibilities. He presides over the meetings. He'll set the time and date of the meeting with your input short. He also has the authority to set and appoint subcommittees with approval of the county board chair, and from time to time call a special meeting. Now, a special meeting is something that might require some pretty quick action. Many times we'll have a special meeting. It'll be right before county board because there's something that we need to get done timely. And rather than put it off another month before it gets to you and then another month to get to county board, sometimes we'll have a special meeting, maybe 15 minutes or half hour before county board, for you to consider an issue that needs to go immediately for the rest of the month. So that's the most typical, I think, special meeting. That's the term we're calling it. That's the most frequent kind of special meeting.
No, the only other thing I can think of is if your phone happens to go off with the ringer during the meeting, because you forgot to turn your ringer off, as I'm saying, you buy them. So.
That's right.
Or the donuts, depending on
Individually wrapped.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we talked a little bit about this in orientation, but the meetings of the administrative committee are generally open meetings, and as you heard, the chairman didn't read, but in this case indicated that the meeting can be properly noticed. We do post notice of these meetings on the internet and in other places required by law, the newspaper, and so of course the public does have access to these meetings. We keep the doors open during the meetings. You can see, so the public can choose to come. I believe these days we're providing a link so you can tune in online to the YouTube channel and watch. Now, one thing about open meetings that you should know is that just because meetings are open, that doesn't mean anybody in the world can come on in and we have to make room for them. Meetings are reasonably accessible. So, encourage public to come. We encourage public to be part of what we do. But just because meetings are open, that doesn't guarantee you a seat at the show. We have to make reasonable accommodations to get the public in. And I talk about that only because you'll notice the sheriff's department, when we met in that room, you wonder how can the public get into that? Realistically, we were able to accommodate some public that who chosen to show up, but we do make sure, again, that the meetings are broadcast and available to the public to see county board meetings and so on. So the meetings must be reasonably accessible. Okay. Notices are to be given. There are times we can close the meetings. There are sensitive matters from time to time that the statutes permit us to close meetings for. Sometimes there are disciplinary matters, sometimes there are legal issues that come up. Sometimes we're getting into some negotiation for a piece of property, for example, or something like that. And we'll have that in closed session because in an open session, we give our strategy and our position of attention to the opposition, especially if we're dealing with lawsuits or things of that nature. When that happens, there's a motion to close the meeting. At that point, both statements, we close the doors, people who are eager have to go, we're not part of that closed session. And then we take care of our business. We come out of the closed session by motion, and there's action to be taken if to vote on that action in open session. But generally speaking, we are in open session. If we are closing, the notices that you can see indicate that we're closing the meeting for some purpose or other, or indicate the statutory basis for that. So you are aware. Board action. Let's talk a little bit about some of these action items that the chairman also mentioned. There are no action items on here today, but generally there are a couple of things you'll see. Resolutions and ordinances. You've seen some of that, I think, already on the board, but just to sort of make sure your arms wrapped around what these things are. Resolution. It's from time to time you'll pass something that's a directive to staff. It's a policy consideration of some kind. It's a statement that the board wants to make. And then there are ordinances. The ordinances are actually the laws. So that's the difference between a resolution and ordinance. And all of these things we will vote here first. At this committee, the liaison, as you are for those departments, you'll see those types of resolutions, you'll see those types of ordinances. When you debate them and discuss them here, you can make motions to amend them, change them if there's things you would rather see. And what comes out of this committee then will be forwarded on to the county board of next for action. Now, how do we get those resolutions and ordinances to the committee? I'd like to let them know. Generally speaking, the department heads who work within their departments to determine what resolutions or ordinances they feel are appropriate or another. They'll send me a request to my office, and we'll either review something that they've drafted, or we'll draft something. I'll review these things. We'll send the resolutions and ordinances over to the finance department. They will then include a fiscal. So you are aware when you vote on something what the fiscal impact of the county is going to be. We'll give you that information. So that's on there. That's part of the process. Once you vote on it, and up or down, the guys in committee does not the county board necessarily, although the county board chair does have the authority to post it. But generally speaking, if something dies here, rarely gets done. So you have veterans. The county board votes on resolutions and ordinances. If you ask them, that is, as we explained in the orientation, it will then go on to the county executive, where he will either approve them, sign off on them, or send them back to you and detail a report as to what his concerns are. As you know, the rules of procedure are set forth in our county code. We talked a little bit about that. I'm the parliamentarian for the county board and the committees, and we do have rules in our code that govern how we vote on things, how we operate, and so forth. To the extent we don't have an ordinance, we then default to Robert's Rules of Order, which I always bring with me, and we know pretty well. And that's how we operate, keep our meetings orderly and consistently. There's generally three types of votes you might take. Most things are majority. Some things are 2/3 of the members elect of the board. Things like that, like the matters in which we're spending money, taking money out of the general fund, for example, transferring dollars around by statute, those things typically require 2/3.
Can you give just an explanation of members elect, members present?
Yes, I was going to actually get to that too. The one of the things that you will vote on 2/3 members elect is the budget. Believe it or not, it's not statutory, but years and years ago, prior county board had determined that it was better to have a 2/3 vote on the budget because the issues you're voting on, budgetary issues, are so significant and so important. It's important to have more than just votes. And sometimes you'll see 3/4 members elected. Those are very, very important. What is members elected? That's the entire body of the membership board, whether they're present in the meeting or not. So if something requires 2/3 members elected, it'll always require 2/3 of whatever the full county board is, even if we have 5 supervisors or whatever. Which can make certain votes difficult. And we have had occasions when we felt there weren't enough members of the board present to take a fair 2/3 vote where it matters that we didn't. Let's go into another meeting when we have the larger membership.
So 2/3 members elected right now is a static number because we have 26 members, so that would be 18. It would be 20, 30, 27, but we round it.
Yeah.
So if there's something 2/3 members elect, it means 18 to pass. So instead of 13, which is half, or actually 14, that's the difference, just so you're aware.
Yeah, an example of 2/3 members present would be if we need to suspend a rule temporarily with the county board to handle some business for some reason or other. That would be just 2/3 present. Which we can do this. We don't need to each other. Okay, what's next? Oh yes.
Oh,
the
boy.
ethics code. So I wanted to put this up here. The ethics code is in chapter 40 of our code. And I wanted to just draw certain things to your attention about the ethics codes that pertain to meetings earlier. First of all, it was about saying that we expect everybody, ourselves included, as public officials, in a manner that's respectful at all times. And we expect those kinds of things at our meetings as well. Of course, the ethics code says you can't take anything of value from a constituent or someone in return for a favor or something like that. It seems to go without saying. But we put that up there. It also, and this is the big one, the ethics code prohibits the dissemination of confidential information. And for example, if we go into closed session and we're talking about maybe a price that we would be agreeable to settle a matter or to buy a piece of property, we don't want that maximum number to get out because that's a negotiation leverage. You can't go out the hallway and go pull the newspaper or talk to your constituents about that. What person closed session must stay.
Las Vegas rules.
So that's something to be mindful of. Getting back to that, the accepting anything of value, that sort of also falls under the whole conflict of interest sort of thing. If there's ever an issue or a matter that comes before this committee, you really have a conflict of interest. You do not and you should not go on that, and probably want to get up and excuse yourself from the room. Conflicts of interest are very personal in nature. Okay? So what I mean by that is, unless there's a financial incentive to vote one way or another, direct financial incentive to a family member, those are the automatic no-nos. That you have to do yourself. However, there might be some things that you're not sure. Maybe you know somebody who's involved with something, and maybe you have a personal relationship with somebody who makes you feel funny about voting. Those things are personal to you. Only you can decide whether you can conflict that might cloud your judgment. And those things, you can call me, we can talk about that, I can help you walk through them. But those things are more personal to you, and there isn't really a requirement for it. And I mean, you can't make you vote or not vote on something. If you feel a conflict, that's really personal to you. And I'm happy to go into that in more detail on one of the we want to try to avoid conflicts of interest. The main reason for that is because we want the public to have full faith and trust in what we're doing and
I guess the best way to look at it, when I look at conflicts, if you think there might be one, probably is. So,
better err on the side of caution. But that's what I have for you.
Super, thank you very much. Questions, comments? Okay, the next, the set time for future meetings. Currently, what we do is have our meetings at 4:30 p.m. And that's, the chair gets to set the time of the meeting. That has been working. I want to try and avoid that if we can, so take this meeting for everybody. I would ask right now if this. Okay. So we will keep it at that time for now. Next is the introduction of department heads. Interestingly enough, two of the people that report to this committee are actually elected. So we even have elected folks that report, and that would be the county clerk, registered deeds. Is she here?
No, treasurer, you mean, Jean.
Oh, the treasurer, I apologize. And the treasurer, thank you very much. So three.
No, just two.
Oh, no.
No, there's 3 reports.
Deeds.
Oh, no, she clicked on land
Land
use.
use.
Oh, land use now?
Yeah,
Okay, so we still have two. There are 4 besides the county executive, because you have the sheriff, which is also land. So registered deeds, you have the treasurer and the clerk. So we have half of them reporting right here, which is again, at Tortman, of course, being an elected position constitutionally set, they are kind of their own entities, but they still come through this committee, so we have an idea of what's transpiring, and we can keep on tap as far as things moving on, even in those elected positions. So we have the introduction of department heads. We will go by first with the elected positions. To just introduce yourself and
Sure.
say hi.
I'm Ashley Riker, the county clerk.
Thank you. Thank you. And then introduction of department heads. In fact, I will let, seeing we have him here, our county head here with Don Freefall, county sheriff. You would like to just introduce the other department heads?
You want me to introduce them?
Sure.
All right, Dave Barber, who's, you're not just IT anymore, you are director of, what is your exact title?
Administration. So
Administration.
I work that, yeah.
So we have Todd Scott, who is human resource. Matt Furno, who is deputy county executive. You all met Brad Stern, who is our county attorney. And then we have Margie Hamers, who is in charge of finance. And Jane Martin, who is our county treasurer.
Well, she actually introduced herself as an elected person, but Margie does, she is the numbers person as far as where the money is spent. I think the treasurer more as you're the person who collects and makes sure everybody collects properly, so we actually have money to run the place, which is a wonderful thing. So these are the people, if you do have any questions as to what's going on in the departments, these are the people that you could ask questions of. Of course, before the committees were much more involved in, I would say, running a lot of the departments. That is no longer the case. We always go through the department chair. So if you have any comments, concerns about something that you may see in any of the departments that we oversee, please always go through the department head. Okay, we do not deal in personnel issues. In fact, we not only have a department head, but we also have the head of human resources that happens to report to us. So again, when it comes to items in personnel, just because we sit in the administrative committee does not necessarily give us a license to be able to handle something that would be out of our scope. We are here for oversight primarily, and I just want to make sure everybody is aware of that. So anybody have any questions for the department heads or anything right now? This would be a great time to ask. I'm sure every one of them would be happy to give you their contact information. So if you ever want to reach out, you'd be more than welcome to. They've been extraordinarily.
Question, the deputy county executive, is that a new role that takes, if Josh isn't available to perform? I guess I'm looking for a little clarification on that part of it, being that the county executive is new.
Prior to that, I was the deputy county administrator and Josh was the county administrator. Now that he's the county exec, I'm the deputy county exec.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for asking. Anything else? Question that I'd just like to turn it to, of course, we have Ethan Hallenberger, who's the, what would your official title is what?
Oh, my new title is intergovernmental relations and intergovernmental and press relations.
Okay.
So I deal with all the elected officials in the county, all the elected officials in the nation that we need to deal with. So starting with the board, going to the state legislature, And even even Congress, I do some lobbying with Congress and federal agencies,
Right.
and the White House. And then most of the press, actual spokesman type roles. Jamie Ludovic does a lot of the actual writing of press releases and organizing of press releases and sending them out, things like that. But I'm more of the relations type role, and then help you liaise between wherever you need to go. If you have any questions, just let me know. You'll see a lot of update. You all should have seen an update from me. You'll see.
Yep.
Those aren't regular, but as we have a bunch of things to send out, those will come from me. Things like that.
Super. And do any of the department heads or elected officials here have questions for anybody new on staff? Anything? Seeing none, the next one that we have is the bank contract extension. Who would be taking that? I think that are either one of you is welcome to. Do rock, paper, scissors. If you like.
Take a step back and volunteer the other one. Except you're up against the walls, you can't do it.
Yeah,
I did have a little conversation with our county treasurer on this, and I think she's explained it very well. If you just wanted to tell them what you
I was
told,
trying to yell.
me, that would be.
Our bank contract is going to expire July 31st of this year. And because of the pandemic, I'm retiring at the end of the year, and the timing of our GL conversion, I feel that the new treasurer should be involved in the RFP. I should make that decision for them. So I'm asking if we can have a 1-year extension. Our current working date is Nemo Harris. And we've been with them for 1 year.
So this is not an action item. Will it come to us as an action item next month then?
I'm not sure for that.
Okay. Can we extend it without having any type of a vote or anything?
I'll let you consult with county executive on what we're doing with that. So,
Okay.
really sure.
Yes.
Is this contract, is this for just our like savings accounts basically, or is this for our whole checking?
All the
It's
checking.
where we
all the
yeah,
accounts?
it's where we deposit all our money.
Because I think because we have the newer people, if we were to change bank accounts, you might want it, Marge would be great for this. What would happen if we decided to change bank? Just how realistic is that? Because I remember you gave a talk on that last time.
It's realistic, it can be done, it's very labor intensive. And it's, part of it is not just the numbers, but also the relationship with the bank. So with our treasurer retiring, you don't want to establish a relationship with a new bank.
Right.
Brand new treasurer.
Exactly. That's the point that she brings up. If we're going to have a new treasurer, then that person, and I think very wisely, that person should be in the process of picking that new bank. Personally, I think it's a great idea every so often to shoot out an RFP and make sure that we have the best services available to the lowest cost of the taxpayers. I don't believe in evergreen contracts if we keep on going. But this particular year, with the retirement and the extraordinary circumstances of the pandemic, it does make a tremendous amount of sense to look to extend that for 1 year. Brad, yeah, if you'd let me know, as you know, with the consultation with the county executive and the county board chair, if that's something that would need to be voted on.
I don't recall that it was in the past, but I'll double check.
I appreciate that sincerely. Okay. Any other questions, comments regarding the bank extension? If not, our next meeting date, what is, I don't have the calendar, the third Thursday of June is? Anybody with
The
a moment?
18th.
It's quick on the draw.
June 18th.
June 18th, so June 18th at 4:30 PM in this room. And with that, we are adjourned to the call of the chair.